See, basically, this song is originally sung by Vivekananda for Bhuta Sharira Vasa. You see, there is a ritual uh, to get into sannyas life. Sannyas initiation, there will be a ritual where you apply the sacred ash, bhasma, on the whole body and visualize yourself as a ghost of Mahadeva, Bhuta of Mahadeva, and during that time you will not eat, you will only smell. The smell of the food will be taken as a food and you will not be eating. So describing that scene and Shiva's dance in that scene, all the sannyasis, all the people who are taking the sannyas, they will all be applying the ash on their body and they will not eat during that whole time. If you have seen sannyas ritual in Biddi, you will see before the initiation, they will all apply the sacred ash and charge towards Vaidyasarovar. That is the ritual. For that ritual, Vivekananda wrote this song. And he describes how Mahadeva dances, the whole thing. So I gave voice for it. Tataya tataya nache bola dimi 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 tamaru baaj dimi 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 tamaru baaj.
Swamiji, I see a lot of people, they after having kids and after doing their responsibilities,
Yes, yes. That is called krama sannyasa. Means brahmacharya, grihastha, vanaprastha, sannyasa.
Okay.
So that sannyas also you can have, but that sannyas is more for like a you retired, so you just relax. It is not the sannyas taken for the sake of achieving enlightenment or to do something to the world.
Okay. Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
That is called Hamsa Sannyasa. Hamsa Sannyasa. This is the Paramahamsa Sannyasa Sampradaya.
Okay.
Where from the young age they take this up for their enlightenment and to enrich the world.
Okay. Thank you.
Swamiji,
we do have Hamsa Sannyasis also. Means who are married and who have become old and had kids and then they move to take sannyas. We do have Hamsa Sannyasis also. But only Paramahamsa Sannyasis are given the respect and responsibility in our, like a Vedanta Sampradayas. All the Vedanta Sampradayas like Mahanirvani Pita, our Akkada, Ramakrishna Mission, Chinmaya Mission, in all the places, they do have Hamsa Sannyasis, but Hamsa Sannyasis are never established in a Pita or head of a seat or a head of an organization. They are only kept as a supporting mechanism. They only live the life of, I can say that, retired life. Retired life is given the respect of sannyas. That's all.
Swamiji, can you talk about vegetarianism and...
Vegetarianism?
Yes.
If you have a question, ask me, I'll talk. What generally
Why
I can
is
say?
it-
You see,
why-
generally if
why
you
should
ask
we
me to
not
talk
eat
vegetarianism, be a vegetarian, that's all. Listen, meat and plants are not one and the same. See, in the plant, you don't get the pain stored. But in the meat, the pains get stored. That is one. This media, it manipulates even the way you think. Today morning in the satsang I was describing now. How many of you feel that even in your regular thinking, you have started adding flashback, editing, zooming in, and wild background music, all that in your life? Raise your hand. Even in your regular thinking. It's true. You see, most of us unconsciously started using, even in our regular thinking, all these effects, special effects. And the special effects push us to make decision. How dare this fellow utter that word to me? How dare she didn't respect me? The agitation is getting multiplied by the visual effects and the other editing effects you give for yourself. And you all need to be informed, a very important information, even though it's little painful and depressive, you are not hero. No, it's a very important information. But unfortunately, continuously seeing the stupid movies and TV serial, you always position yourself in the place of hero automatically, as if it is a taken for granted thing. Be very clear, you are only a hero for few people whose life you contributed. But you unconsciously believe you are hero for anybody and everybody. So you are given a rude shock by life to wake up to the truth, you are not hero for all. You are only a hero for few people to whom you contributed. See, when you live with the life of reality, you know to whom you contributed, how they hold you. So you always feel you are a hero for them. But constantly watching the stupid movie, every movie you watch, you always put yourself there. And, constantly imagining you in that place of hero, you convince you, even for the people whom you have not contributed, anybody in front of you or any human being, you behave, you think, you claim and you position yourself as a hero. The stupid, wrong belief of your herodom gets inserted into you by this media. Please understand, you are a hero to people to whom you contribute, not for everyone.
Swamiji, is that why I'm doing this tantrum at home? Like, is
Because
seeing outside,
strongly you believe and you expect that everyone should accept you as a hero. And when they don't accept, you think by throwing tantrum you can make them accept.
okay.
Tantrum is no way of establishing your hero identity. It's a contribution. That's the only way you can establish the hero identity. You can be a hero. But it is unfortunate, we have started believing the tantrum is also one of the methodology. And that can be even cinema. No, all heroes go on throwing tantrum, beating people, stunt. All this is tantrum only, na? So the tantrum is given the position of heroism. Tantrum is given the position of heroism, which is completely deluding idea. Very deluding idea.
Swamiji, I have a question. All this watching the visual media and the light and all that, will that have an effect on the intelligence, the cognition
Yes,
of kids and
very
adults?
strongly.
So what should we do? We should not.
I think, I'm really telling you, ma, just break your TV. Any number of TV they
Swamiji,
buy,
can you tell the kids also, Swamiji?
break it.
Swamiji,
See, 2-3 times let them buy. You go on breaking secretly. Till your husband is tired or whoever supplies the game, they become tired. You understand? Break it. Nothing wrong. That's a straightforward solution. When time comes, they will understand how much you contributed to them by denying this, ma. You understand? Tell them, you are my kid, I do have an intelligent and I have done enough research for your happiness. Please listen. Tell them. And don't think just because you see new friends, few people around you, you learn to live. Throwing tantrum is the old fashion of lifestyle. Being polite with parents and touching the feet of the elders, this is cool lifestyle. That is school. Having the completion with parents and celebrating their nearness, that is school. Tell them. Especially these ABCD are the worst fellows, ma. See why, ma, listen. In India, kids obey parents and parents take the responsibility of taking care of their whole life and wealth. In West, they don't obey and same way they are not given any money. They study on their own and they have a responsibility and freedom both. But this ABCD, you make all the money and take the responsibility, but they don't listen, they want to have their freedom without taking responsibility. Understand? And India also now has become a lot of ABCD in the cities. Cities, lot of ABCD you find. ABCD means American born confused daisies. That's ABCD.
But Swamiji, when I tell my son, don't play this game, I told it is violence. He's taking that gun and he is like constant.
Break
Dad,
it. No, break it, that's all.
He says, Dad, I am killing aliens.
No, you are wrong. There is nobody called aliens. And even if they are aliens, what is the need for you to kill them?
Yes. And he's so aggressive when he is on the game, like...
Please understand, your brain has many parts which gets activated during each intense activity. Each intense activity. So if the violence is again and again engaged even playfully, your brain does not know, are you really cutting somebody or you are playing the game of cutting somebody, but that part will become strongly established. And committing a murder will not even be a big action for you in real life because your brain is habituated for that. All of you understand? So, and not only that, your brain so strongly gets trained, it becomes insensitive to all the beautiful, the flowering parts of universe, like a light romance, devotion, all that becomes irrelevant to you. See, whether it's either it's a hard violence or hard sex, there is no sensitive, beautiful components of life. And pornography and violent video game both do equal damage to your brain. Please understand, both of them are doing equal level of damage. So all parents start doing dharna, just break the game. Throw tantrum. Tell them, if you can throw tantrum in your way, I will throw my tantrum. Tell them, I can shout loud. That's all. I think you guys need to rebel against your kids. It is time. It is time. It is time you guys rebel against your kids. It has to be other way around. I think all these kids are, oh God, what is he teaching to our parents and what is he doing? I tell you, ma, see, now all of them know I am doing good to them. By awakening their third eye, I established I love them. Understand? Now it is your decision and your responsibility making them understand. You see, if Swamiji doesn't love you guys, he doesn't need to give the power to all of you. The way of giving the power, he shows he loves you guys. When he has a power, he has an intelligence also to help you. Make them understand. Finally, put your foot down. That's all. Break it. Let them buy how many they can buy, how many cousins they have to gift. That many time break. That's all. End of the day, they will understand that you are really standing for them. I tell you, ma, there are many things my gurus did to me for which I used all Tamil 4-letter word on them. But now, when the moment I remember them, I melt. I just melt. My guru, yoga guru, Yogananda Puri, morning sunrise to sunset, he has made me do Surya Namaskar once. Can you imagine? Morning sunrise to evening sunset. By the time I finished, I felt all my joints have become independently alive. And then he tied the jute bag on my knee to help me be away from the pain. So that time naturally I was using all the words on him. Any Tamil word, that's the only language I know. All the bad words in Tamil language, which I know I used on him. But now I know what he has done to my body, and never my body resists what I want to do. Anything I want to do, I have a freedom with my body. Never I consider my body as even one component of my life. See, like when belt fits, belly is forgotten. Chain fits, neck is forgotten. Turban fits, head is forgotten. If the body fits with your life, it is forgotten. Otherwise, for the kind of a number of hours I am working, from 2003, the number of my working hours, especially intense work. See, intense work means I am continuously in front of thousands of people, where I am constantly making myself available through discourses or this meditation, kriya, or yoga, or initiation, which is a constant work where constantly people will be scrutinizing whether I am tired, whether my body is not active, whether I am fresh or not. Under the constant scrutiny I am sitting. And still, I can say the amount of things this body delivers, if I did not have that preparation long before, I would have been dead. Or I would not have been able to deliver this much. I would have fallen into some serious sickness. But no serious sickness other than very rarely getting this cough. Other than that, there is no sickness, body is running. See, as the people who lived around me, it's not that the moment I am out of the class, I will go and lie down or no. That's when my main work starts. Collecting these ashramites and swamis and training them and giving them instruction, or further making the whole organization work, everything. It is just because of their gift. I tell you guys, align yourself to the authenticity of the Hindu Dharma. Try to educate the kids as much as possible. After that, use the force and execute it. You have a right and freedom. Tell them, after you become 18, whether you curse me or you love me is up to you. But till you are 18, I am responsible. I will do what I want, and I will do only about what I am convinced. Till you are 18, I hold the GP of your life. And I will not be like a Nazi autocratic. I will try my best to explain. But at the end of the day, decision is mine only. Make this as a clear statement to them. Say, I will be as much as possible friendly, explain. But decision end of the day is mine. Do what you want. You will call 911? Come on, let's see. I think you guys have to take that bold step. Spend a lot of time to convince them. Tell them that I really love you. It's not that tell them I'm not throwing tantrum out of my frustration, my depression or any other, my problems I'm forcing on you. No. I have a very clear system of living, which is time tested, foolproof. For thousands of years, And I myself believe in it with all my integrity. And you guys can tell them directly, because we have not been given this knowledge when we were young. Many things we lost. But I am not going to allow that to happen to you. After 18, you feel blessed to be born for me or cursed to be born for me is up to you. I'll do what I have to do. I tell you, I am so grateful to my mother, who was always deaf if I am complaining about my guru. I am so grateful, because sometime I will come and cry to her. Why are you sending me again and again to go to that Swami and learn from him? I have never seen her supporting me. See, for everything she will talk as if she is participating. If I complained about my guru, I had two people very actively involved in my life as gurus. One Yogananda Puri, another one Kuppammal, Vibhudananda Puri. These two persons. About these two persons, any complaint I bring, she won't even bother. And next day morning, again when my guru comes to call me, to take me to the temple for the yoga practice. Hey, Swami, get up, go. Swami has come. Means my guru has come. Go. I am so grateful for her, for not listening to me. Because that time I am ignorant. I was ignorant. See, if I resisted his training, I don't think I would have missed enlightenment. I would have become enlightened, but I would not have been such an active person doing so much work on enriching all of you. Constantly supporting, working, making myself available. As the people who are around me 24 hours, it is they who try to push me to rest. Never I myself will say, I am not coming to the session. No. You will not hear that from me. It's they who will be pushing, Swamiji, you rest for some time now. We will call you by the next session. We will call you by the next thing. It is always the other way. Whoever has lived around me, there are tons of people sitting here, many, at least tens. Ask them, ever they have seen me withdrawing or retiring?
Not only that, there's so much compassionate you are, Swamiji.
See, that is from enlightenment, you understand? That I would have had even if my gurus have not trained.
Okay.
That comes by enlightenment. That is different.
But Swamiji,
But I am talking about the physical ability
yes,
to go on and on and on.
I agree.
Like a machine.
Yes. You are
Machine
quite-
which does not need maintenance is the way my body is functioning.
Yes,
Machine which does not need maintenance.
we'll be traveling from Bangalore to Tiruvannamalai. We'll start at 3 o'clock or something. We'll reach Tiruvannamalai at 11 o'clock. The minute like the Swamiji's car touches Tiruvannamalai, he'll get down from the car and immediately go for a 14-kilometer walk at 12 o'clock in the night. Not just walk, he will actually literally run on the Girivalam path. 12 o'clock in the night, 2 o'clock in the night, after traveling for 7 hours in Indian roads. So, and that's one thing. The other day, I think just about a month before, Swamiji called a few of us. He said, we have to do some work. So we all went, and the meeting was at around 10:30 in the night. And then he gave a name of one complex book, Somasambhu Paddhati. He said, we are not leaving this place until we finish the translation of this book. We don't even know where the book is. We don't know which language it is. We don't know where it is available. Swamiji said, we are not moving this place until this translation is done. So then we actually worked out and we were able to finish the work in a couple of hours. But we have never seen Swamiji say, never in my last 5 years of living around Swamiji, even once he said, we will do this work tomorrow. Never. He will never call and say, do this tomorrow. If he calls, it has to be done now, it has to be done today, and it has to be done now. So, we are catching up, is all I can say, to Swamiji's speed. After inner awakening class is the most relaxed time I've seen Swamiji. Outside. In the
And
inner
same way, recently, few days before, I called bunch of the Swamis and Ashramites and said, now I'm going to initiate all of you guys into third eye. Only after you start reading, you can go to sleep. Whether it is next 2 days or 3 days. Neither I am going to sleep, nor you will be allowed to sleep. Come on, sit. That's it. Introduction itself is that way only. Till you all finish reading through third eye, the first level is completed. No question of going to sleep. You are allowed to eat, but you are not allowed to sleep. And I am also not going to sleep. Let's sit.
And in the ashram, during every inner awakening break, there will be a breakfast break for the participants. Swamiji will be in sacred arts. There will be a lunch break for the participants. Swamiji will be in construction. There will be a dinner break for the participants. Swamiji will be in accounts office. The break is only for the participants, but Swamiji is in some, always doing something or other with some group of people. In the class will be participants. Outside of the class, it will be ashramites, the stabadis.
And people actually blame me for being a micromanager. I tell them, I am micromanager and I am not shy about it. All successful people are micromanagers. All successful people are micromanagers. I tell you, unless your body is ready, anything you have will not be fruitful, because everything may be there, but you will not be there to celebrate it now. And in my case, I can say, it is just my gurus who took the responsibility of training my body, even though it was little difficult in those days when I have to go through with them. But now I can say, every time I go and see their samadhi. Recently I built all their samadhis in a big way. I took it up and built it nicely in Thiruvannamalai. Both samadhis, we built it. So whenever I go to their samadhi, I feel, oh God, what you guys have given to me, which nobody can even imagine. And I tell you guys, in the same speed, I am going to be running for 126 years. This time I am going to be living for 126 years. Because my breathing and my body is capable of 126 years now. Because it is so well trained and molded based on the level of prana you take inside and the kind of a comfort the body carries. Based on that only the life is predicted. I will be comfortably living 126 years. 90 more years are there. I am only 37. You understand? Very comfortably, without any disease, without any difficulty, I will be living at least 90 more years. Means totally 126 years. It is just because they did not listen to my complaints, and they did what they need to do. So I think parents also should adopt the same thing. You should tell them very clearly. See, we will always prove and establish we love you guys. But till 18, I have a right over you. And I am going to exercise it.
Swamiji, we are practicing the blindfold reading. By doing this, does we also acquire speed reading?
Not only speed reading, when you pick up a book and just see randomly here and there few pages, you will get the thought current of the whole book.
So whatever Vivekananda was supposed...
Whatever Vivekananda did, exactly the same thing only I am initiating all of you.
Yeah.
And already our kids have started demonstrating. There are, I think, at least 20 kids in our Gurukul who can repeat the whole satsang just by hearing once.
So
we can actually do demo. See, we can do demo. You guys can see one day satsang. I'll try to bring some of them. They will sit and hear along with you guys only. Because none of my satsangs are repetition. So I'll speak. You pick up the video and then you make them repeat the whole thing and video record. You won't find a one word or a spelling mistake. Wow. Just once. They can repeat. I have read out Akashic records about death, life, desire, some 10 subjects. All of the Akashic records, they all sat and heard only once, and they will now verbatim repeat the whole Akashic records. The ability to handle so much of memory. The ability to expand. It is possible even for you guys. With this third eye awakening and the constant living, actually, you don't even need a separate practice. Even while you are driving, talking, always have that light awareness on the third eye. You should not be doing it violently, like a lightly, even while you are driving, while you are sitting, talking, reading, writing, try to look through the third eye. Try to see everything around you through the third eye. That's all. Very lightly. You will see constantly the third eye gets massaged. With the third eye, one important thing is you can't be violent. You can't be abusive. You can't be forcing yourself on it. Forcing yourself on it or forcing yourself on it. Putting yourself on it. It has to be like a light massage. Like how you look at a rose. It should be very light. But constant. Third eye awakening will bring multiple powers. Multiple powers and enlightenment. Because whenever your awareness is in the third eye, you will always be unclutched. You will not be emotionally collapsing. You can never be emotionally collapsed when your awareness is the third eye. See my Gurukul kids, this Paramesha, Madhvait's son, he had a fracture. And maximum within 1 minute or 2 minutes, he was brought to me. No tear, no fear, no crying. He said, Swamiji, I am just looking into what is happening in that area. I think Paramesha has a fracture. Can you heal it? He's, I think, 6-year-old. 6-year-old. He really had a fracture. He just comes and tells, Swamiji, I think Paramesha had a fracture. Paramesha is looking into what is happening in that area. As you said, can you look in and heal, Swamiji? Mother is frightened, not the child. And I saw it was a fracture. He was admitted and everything is done. That is different. But throughout, no suffering, no pain. Never a child of that age, and if he has a pain, he can't hide it. You understand? He can't hide. Why will he hide? He's a kid. Keeping your awareness on the third eye takes away many of your emotional instabilities. Makes you more like a person who is having the light romance with the whole life. Radiating the joy and friendliness with the whole life.
The way Hindu serials, third eye Shankara means, everything gone. So I don't know why that perception, like when Kamdev is in front and he opens the third eye.
Why you are thinking only about third eye destroying Kamadeva? Third eye only gave birth to Subramanya.
Yeah.
Subramanya is born from third eye.
Third eye, yes.
Why you don't look into that creation which has happened in the third eye?
Right.
You understand? It is not only a destruction.
Yes.
It's a space where Subramanya, how can you equate anything to Subramanya? He himself is born from third eye.
Yes.
So it is not just a destructing energy, it can create, it can do everything.
Swami, what is infatuation and how to get over it?
Infatuation is nothing but you not even able to understand what are you doing. You understand? And you wanted the girl, but you can't take responsibility for her. You understand? And if she changes her dress or her look or her hairstyle, you may not want her again. It is that something of her matches with some of your fantasies. That's all. either a dimension or the dress or some one or two activity. That's it. That's all is the infatuation.
Swamiji, Swamiji, then what is your behind the scene when you take rest, when you eat, what is your daily routine?
Oh, you are asking mine?
Yes, yes.
Oh God. And it is nothing. I eat the same food which you guys are eating. And today morning actually I sat here only and ate during the morning Mahans meeting. We had meeting of Mahans. I was sitting there only. Maybe you guys can have a glimpse of my routine. Nothing serious about it. Nothing big about it. It's, if I have to describe my whole day routine, work, 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 and after that little work, and after that little work, and after that little work, and work.
Yes, it will be great inspiration for us. It will be inspiration for us.
Maybe ask the fellows who live around me. They can tell what is my behind the screen routine.
I think, Swamiji, you are like, not even Mother Ganga can do that, but you cleansed, means I went for Allahabad Prayag dip also, but here I felt that you looked into each part
See what I
of
am
the
saying?
thing.
Now
getting
Mother
out
Ganga
of it.
can do if you go with that context.
Yes.
Here, because the context is set, it's happening.
Yes.
It's happening, that's all. No, it's like actually, I'm very clear, whatever powers I am expressing, when I leave the planet Earth, all this should not disappear with me. At least we will have few thousand people radiating each of the powers. I don't know whether everything can be radiated by one person, but at least each powers few thousand should radiate. In that way, when I leave the earth, I will not be killing anything which is radiating through this body. It will be kept alive. This whole work is for that only. Especially in Hindu organizations, even if the Swami become very old, he will not bother about training one more sannyasi to be a successor. Because the moment he appoints successor, this successor will kill him to be in the seat. And people ask me, you are so young, why are you developing, training so many people? I tell them, before I leave the planet Earth, each powers expressing, manifesting through this body, at least few thousand will be radiating it. The whole Sangha, the vision, purpose is finally keeping this alive on the planet Earth. That's all. Keeping this to flourish and keep this forever. That's all is the end goal. Say, in the whole concept of Satya Yuga, how much power you have power only about over you and the people around you. You do that. That's all. I may have vision, but even if I have vision, you all have to bless me to make that into reality. You all have to give tatastu to me to make my vision into reality.
Swamiji, yes, I have a question. You mentioned, speaking of mission, you mentioned this morning that if you identify your root pattern and fulfill it, then you will be fulfilled in your purpose.
When I use the
Could you
word
explain?
fulfilled, I means completing it. I am not saying root pattern by keep giving what it wants, it will never be fulfilled. You understand? When you complete, beyond the completion, there will be some actions will be done. That is what I call fulfillment. Even your journey towards completing the root pattern, it will make you do some actions that will lead to fulfillment.
Swamiji,
Yes.
I have not made any significant improvement in the blind reading. In the last 3 days, I have
Don't
done
worry.
my best. But I have enhanced my hearing power. I use hearing machines, but I feel that my hearing has improved a lot. Is there any
Actually,
connection?
hearing is directly connected to third eye. In the blindfold reading, The next level I am doing with the kids is actually medically covering their ears
Yes.
with the tight equipments, and they will be able to hear.
Yeah.
That's the next thing we are venturing.
Another question.
Mm.
It is a continuation of yesterday.
Mm.
I asked you, disembodied soul, how can it see the world without the senses of perception?
Yes, no, the senses are not required for them. Just through consciousness and mind, they can perceive everything
But
exists.
elsewhere you have said that the soul has to take a body to perform karma
Yes.
and annihilate karma.
See,
So how
they,
can they do that?
please understand, there is something called Jnanendriya and Karmendriya.
Yes.
Karmendriya is to act. Jnanendriya is information receiving. For example, tongue. When it tastes, it is Jnanendriya. When it speaks, it is Karmendriya. The disembodied souls will be able to taste but not speak.
I see.
The Jnanendriyas will be active but not Karmendriyas.
So he cannot see or speak or
No.
taste.
He can see, he can speak, he can, all the Jnanendriya actions can be done, but not Karmendriya. He cannot do anything to us.
I see.
If he wants to hurt us, he can't do. If he wants to bless us, he can't do.
Swamiji, so what is the hallmark of completion with the root pattern? Because I think when I was working with Gyanaswami,
When you don't feel it is impacting your day-to-day cognition and just feeling so free and liberated to live every moment spontaneously. The joy is the hallmark of root pattern completion.
okay.
The continuous joy. We call it Shiva Bodha. Shiva Bodha. When we start the Shodasi, you will see that happening. Even while you are walking, talking, you will see that kick is there constantly in your being.
Swami,
Please go ahead.
is blindfold reading possible for blind people?
We are see, whatever is required, the prerequisite we have completed. Doctor is working. Now we are going to teach to the blind kids.
Okay, thank you.
Swami, whenever you speak about Gurukul kids, I always feel, why did I take birth very early? What should I do?
What's your age now?
21.
Oh. But still you have opportunity of Ananda Yogam. Not married?
No.
Never do the mistake. See, I tell you, in the modern world, marriage is a failure system. How much ever suffering you have by not being married is worthy to go through, then get married.
Thank you, sir. Sometimes I even feel I should end my life by 60 years and take birth again and come to Gurukul.
I think you don't have to think that way. You can think of Ananda Yogam, all that. There are so many other options. You don't have to think that long route and come here.